What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Gotham Knight here. Today's video is going to be all about the upcoming McFarlane figures that we have seen a glimpse of. McFarlane's showing us a lot of stuff, and I want to kind of do another cop and drop of all these upcoming figures and kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown on the backstory of some of them that you might not be so familiar with. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to look at is the Joker Titan from Arkham Asylum's video game. Those of you who have not played the Batman Arkham Asylum games, or the Arkham games in general, there are 4 of them. They are very, very good. There was Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and then there was Arkham Origins, and finally Arkham Knight. These were very great games, and the Titan Joker is basically the main villain of the first one. He's kind of the big bad at the end of the story, and this looks really, really good. He is a definite cop. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Second one here, you can take a look at Martian Manhunter from the New 52. Now, to be honest with you, I kind of want to see Martian Manhunter from any iteration of him, but the New 52 costume is actually really, really cool, so I'm very excited to get that one, and he will definitely be my comic Martian Manhunter with my McFarlane figures, so he's a definite cop for me. Next one is Aquaman from the Endless Winter. Now, it doesn't really matter that he's from the Endless Winter because this is Aquaman as he is in the comics right now. Now, he does have the long hair and the beard, which Aquaman doesn't always have, but I am okay with this version of him considering it's the one that's currently running in the storylines, and the rest of the costume is iconic enough where you can always do a head swap if they come out with a different Aquaman in the future. Next one here is Superman in what they call the solar suit. This is actually the OG Superman during the New 52. Operating with New 52 Superman out there, this is the OG Superman with the tights and everything, with the underwear and everything. He basically adopted a new costume once he came to the world of the New 52 Superman so that he can operate in the shadows. And this is what he looked like. It was from Superman, Lois and Clark, and it was a really cool costume. And I'm glad that they're doing him because I haven't really seen it anywhere else. So that's really cool. Definite cop for me as well. And next one we see here is Zod from Rebirth, and this is a great look of the character. I would have preferred a little bit more of a grimace on his face or something like that, but definitely amazing sculpting and stuff. You can see all the details in there. It looks really, really good. Definite cop for me. Then you get into the Batman movie, which is coming out in March, and this is going to be Robert Pattinson's Batman, and the movie looks really, really good from all the trailers so far, but this figure actually looks like it embodies everything we want from it. McFarlane's not so great with the human faces, but the actual faces in the masks and in cowls and stuff like that, they always look great. So Pattinson is definitely going to be picked up for me, 100% cop. The other ones I'm not so sure about. We have Catwoman and Riddler. Both of those for me are personally going to be a drop until after I see the movie. Usually the movie figures are not too hard to come by. You can still get the Justice League figures. You can still get the Suicide Squad figures. So I'm going to wait on that one. If I really, really like the movie, then I'm probably going to pick those up. For Pattinson, I might get his motorcycle as well. But like I said, it's a $40 American motorcycle, $40, and that's a little expensive for me if the movie's not so great. So I'm gonna kind of wait to see the movie and see kind of my level of excitement for that movie and all these figures here. But for now, I'm gonna leave Catwoman and Riddler as a drop. Even though Paul Dano's an amazing actor, and his Riddler I think will be fantastic, and I think this movie will be fantastic. But regardless, I'm gonna keep that as a drop for now. Let's move on and look at the Frost King. The Frost King is, he's basically the Build-A-Figure that you're going to get from the Endless Winter wave. So, to be completely honest, the Frost King doesn't really do anything for me. I didn't really care too much for the Endless Winter storyline, so I wasn't too into it. So even, I'm not gonna, let's go through them one by one. I'm gonna skip out on this Batman. Endless Winter, like I said, wasn't for me. Black Adam, I kind of need to see the head sculpt a little bit closer. The head sculpt does not look too good here, and his costume's a little bit funky because he doesn't have his cape or anything like that. It's kind of like a mix and match between what he had in the previous iteration of Black Adam and what they had since they revamped him in the New 52. Kind of looks like they've done something in the middle of that. But I'm not necessarily a big fan of that. I kind of wanted to see it in person to kind of see what else they're going to be doing with it. John Stewart for me is a definite skip. All they have here is his sword. that they've added, and I don't really care for the sword in the first place. And I wasn't a huge Jon Stewart fan, and I'm still not a huge Jon Stewart fan. He's my least favorite Green Lantern. I feel like he has one of the most boring storylines personally, but I'm definitely gonna skip on that guy, so he's an easy drop. Wonder Woman, I'm actually very intrigued about. She looks really, really good. And that costume is probably the most different costume we've had for Wonder Woman in a while. So that is a definite cop for me. So I do want to pick that one up. Next, you see Clayface. They just dropped this one. This is Clayface, I'm guessing from Rebirth, and it looks really, really good. I myself am not a huge rogues collector. I don't really collect that many villains unless they really pop to me. So he does not necessarily pop enough for me to want to replace any of my older stuff with him. So I'm gonna drop him, but not because he doesn't look great. He looks amazing. Next, we can move on to the Gotham Knights storyline and the Gotham Knights video game. This is from the video game Gotham Knights, and they have Red Hood and Nightwing. Red Hood, it's a definite pickup. Nightwing, I kind of want to see in person before I grab him. He seems kind of he looks kind of weird, and I already have a couple of Nightwings, so I don't know if I really want to pick him up. He looks kind of similar to the older ones. There's not enough going on for me to want to change that up. Then you have Batgirl. Batgirl, not a huge fan. I've never been a huge fan of Batgirl. I'm probably going to drop that one. And then this is Tim Drake's Red Robin, but they just call him Robin here. And he's probably going to be another drop for me. I don't know if I need him in my stuff here, but I think I may pass, but I kind of want to see it in person. So he's a maybe. Nightwing and Robin are maybes. Batgirl's an easy drop, and then Red Hood's an easy pickup. Red Hood, all the Red Hood figures look great. They've been done really, really well. And then the final one we got is the Dark Knight Returns line. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Dark Knight Returns. I feel like for an Elseworld story, it's fine. But a lot of Batman fans like to point to this as the kind of the number one thing when they're comparing Batman versus Superman. And I don't feel like Superman was done justice in that comic book, considering Frank Miller kind of hates him. And same with Batman, I feel like this is a very different version of Batman. And they always quote that line of Batman saying, when you were in your deepest moment and stuff, I want you to remember the one man who beat you. And that seems like kind of a fanboy writing thing. It's kind of like something a little kid would write if he's writing a story like that. Because Batman and Superman are supposed to be best friends, almost brother-like. So their relationship here, clearly that's been something that's been a part of his feelings for forever. So like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that. But in terms of these figures, they look amazing. They look really good. Superman is a definite cop for me. I love that chunkier Superman look. Looks really, really good. The Joker, I actually will drop, which is kind of surprising for me because I'm a huge Joker fan. I don't like the head sculpt. The head sculpt looks a little awkward for me. So I'm probably going to drop him unless the head sculpt in person looks way better. Batman is a definite pickup. Chunky Batman looks great. And this, like I said, is a more grizzled Batman look. And I feel like they embodied him perfectly. And then you have Carrie Kelly's Robin, who I am not a big fan of. Just another Robin. You can make a collection of Robin with all these McFarlane figures. And I'm not a fan of Carrie Kelly's Robin. So that one is going to be a definite drop for me. So these are all the McFarlane figures that we got a good look at where they've actually shown us the figures. And a lot of these were cops for me. I think I had like maybe 10 cops or something, maybe if not more. And then some of them were drops. Again, like 5 to 10 in that range were drops for me. I wasn't a huge fan of some of the things that, for me, it's more so what fits into my collection, not necessarily what just looks good. So I am, like I said, going to pick up a lot of these. One thing I do want to bring to your attention that is a definite pickup for me, but I don't know if any of you guys have any of the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech figures, but some of those have amazing articulation. And one of the ones that I'm definitely going to pick up, this is not at all McFarlane related, and it is a lot more expensive. It's about $100 US. And that is also for a under 7-inch figure. So it's kind of a big thing. But they usually have great articulation and they usually have a lot of accessories, but it is going to be the new 52 Superman, which is supposed to come summer of 2022. And it looks really, really good. they usually go for more of an anime look, but that for the New 52 really worked out because Jim Lee did the New 52 redesign, and Jim Lee kind of has more of an anime look to his designs anyway, like a manga look, and this definitely fits in there perfectly. It looks like more of an armor, and it was more of an armor in the New 52, and it looks really, really good. The only thing I'm a little hesitant about is the cape, because the capes are usually pretty bad for the Revoltech stuff, but they say there is probably going to be a cloth cape also. So just putting that on your radar, that looks really good. Otherwise, a lot of these McFarlane figures look really, really good, and you're really, really starting to get the entire look of the DCU, and you're getting a lot more characters and a lot more variation than just Batman. I mean, there is literally just three Batman figures in this entire upcoming list, and that's the movie Batman, and then you have the Dark Knight Returns, and you have Endless Winter Batman. And like I said, you don't need to pick, you can pick and choose and cherry pick with this line and still have great collection. So, like I said, guys, these are my cops and drops. Anyways, tell me what you think.
This is the Gotham Knights, and I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.